So part F says we're going to find where the equations from part A and B, where they intersect. So the equation y equals negative 5x plus 1 and the equation y equals negative 3x minus 5. We want to figure out where those two equations intersect. So to find the point of intersection, we have to solve a system. So since we weren't given any graph paper, instead of graphing them, I'm going to go ahead and use the substitution method. So substitution requires us to have one of the equation isolated, one of the variables isolated. So I'm going to go ahead and circle this one, and then I'm going to plug in for y, I'm going to plug in negative 5x plus 1. So I'm going to take the second equation, and I'm going to take out y, and I'm going to put in negative 5x plus 1. So I plugged in the first equation into the second one, and now I have to solve. Now I know I did this correctly too because I only have one variable. They're all x's. So I'm going to start with adding. I'm going to add 5x. And I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Again, my goal is to get the variable x by itself, divide by 2, and we get that x is 3. So find the point where the lines intersect. We always write x first and y second, so our x value is 3. So now to find our y value, we're going to pick one of the equations. It does not matter which one. So I'm going to pick y equals negative 3x minus 5. So I'm going to pick that one. And we just got that x is 3 here. So I'm going to take that 3 there and plug it in for x here. And solve for y. Get our other variable. So we now know that our y value of our point of intersection is negative 14. So that is our solution. Another way that we could solve this system is we could use the addition method. So to use that method, we have to have the equations lined up, which they are. The y's are lined up, the equals are lined up, the x terms are lined up, and the constants are lined up. So then the second step is we need to create opposites. So we're going to either pick the y terms or the x's, and we have to multiply the equations by a number to make them opposites. So the easiest way would be to multiply both sides of one of the equations by a negative 1. So by doing that, we now have negative y equals 5x minus 1 when we multiply everything by a negative 1. And then the second equation remains the same. And now we have opposites here. Negative y and positive y. Negative 1 and positive 1y. Negative 1y and positive 1y, they're opposites. So now we are ready to add and solve the equation. So we add them. Here we have 0y, so we have 0 here. And then we have 5x minus 3x, that's 2x. Negative 5 plus negative 1 is negative 6. Now we continue solving, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Divide by 2, and we get 3 for x. So that's the exact same value we got using the substitution method. So now to get our y value, we're going to go ahead and pick one of the original equations. So I'm going to pick this one here. And instead of x, we know what x is, it's 3. So I'm going to plug in a 3 right here. And negative 15 plus 1 gets us a y value of negative 14. So same solution, different method.